In this video, we're going to look at some of the best day trading stocks out there right now. While there's always the option to look for high percentage moving stocks or stocks on the move due to earnings or analyst upgrades or downgrades, yeah, those stocks are generally going to move a lot that day. But continually finding them is going to take some research in the evenings. So there's another way to do it, and that is to look for, if you're looking for stocks that move a lot for day trading, we can look to stocks that simply tend to move a lot every day over a long period of time. So each week I'll run a scan for day trading, and I'm basically looking for stocks that move at least 7% on average over the last 150 days, only between the open and close. So this will not include price gaps, because as a day trader, I'm coming in when the market opens and I'm potentially trading through the day. I only usually trade the first half hour to hour after the market opens, but you could be trading throughout the day, and you can only capture the movement between the open and close. If the price gapped up overnight, then that move isn't really capturable. We can only trade basically what happens from when we start trading onwards. So we want to find stocks that have this big movement during the day. So you can see some of the ones that I have up here. We have Canopy Growth, CGC, Clean Spark, CLSK, Marathon Digital, MARA, and RIOT, RIOT, ticker symbols. And we'll look at one other one once we come back. But let's just look at some of these stats. And you can see Canopy Growth, a cannabis production and distribution company, and average daily movement. This is between the open and close, 16.86%. A lot of potential movement, big, quick movements. 30-day average volume, 22 million, lots of volume there. The May 8th closing price, 903. Low days are typically going to have 6% of movement, and when the stock is moving a lot on a particular day, you could easily have 20% or greater movement. And again, I do, for my own trading, I'm updating these stocks each week. So when you happen to watch this video or something, these may have changed, but the concept is still the same, that we're looking for these stocks with big daily percentage movement. And then what I'll do is I'll typically trade the top few from the list. So we have 5, so I might pick 2, 3, 4 of them to watch during the day for trading opportunities. Clean Spark is a Bitcoin mining company, 9.18% daily average movement, average volume 30 million, so lots of volume there on a daily basis. 1637 was the closing price on May 8th. And low movement days are going to be about 5.5%, so that kind of gives you the low end estimate of what you can expect on kind of a lower movement day. And then the higher movement days are 10% plus, and of course the average overall is 9%, or just over 9%. Marathon Digital, MARA, another Bitcoin mining company, 8.21%, 46 million average volume. I think that's the highest of all the ones we've looked at. $20 share price, and low movement days about 5%, and high movement days well above 10%. Average daily volume for RIOT, RIOT, just over 7%, 25 million average volume, about a $10 share price. Low movement days, you can see getting a little bit lower as that average drops. So a low movement day will be about 4%, and high movement days will be well above 8%, giving us that overall average of 7%. And finally, Sunrun, which we didn't see the chart of yet, develops, sells, and installs solar energy systems in the U.S., 6.79%, so it's falling just under that 7% average. But still, that's a lot of movement per day for an average percentage movement. 12 million shares, about 11.50 share price, and low movement days 4%, and high movement days above 10%. So again, still lots of volume there. or lots of movement there. And so I have these scaled to, we can see approximately from above the indicator to the top of the chart, just about 10%. And I've done that for all of these, just that you can see that, you know, this is May 8th when I recorded this video at the end of the day. And you can see these charts are filling up. So they've moved, you know, pretty close to 10%. It might not be exactly, but they can see they're filling the chart. So from high to low, you know, from the bottom point here up to the high, close to 8% for Mara. And from high to low, about 8% on Canopy. So, you know, some pretty big trending movements in here that could be capitalized. Now, this is just a list of stocks. How you trade them is up to you, but you can see just big movements, and this is going to happen most days because these stocks on average over the last 150 days will move 7% intraday or more, and that means that they're going to have these, you know, periods of big trends during the day. So you can trade them long, short. Sunrun is our last one. It had a little bit quieter day, and that is because you can see earnings coming up after this day. So sometimes the stock's a little bit quiet the day before earnings because you can expect bigger movement after the earnings, so likely to get back to those bigger movements. But this one moving a little bit quieter, but still about 4%, and that's what we talked about. So a low movement day would be about 4% for Sunrun. So this would be a low movement day just before earnings, as you know, people are kind of figuring out what they want to do. CleanSpark, also earnings, and you know, but it had a fairly big movement day, moving about 9%. So just another way of doing things. If you don't have the time or the energy to be constantly looking for something new, this is a different way to scan for day trading stocks and to just look for things that move a lot every day over a long period of time. Trade those same stocks throughout the week, and then basically redo your scan for the week, and then you have another handful of stocks that you can watch for the next week. No extra homework required, one scan a week, and that's all you need.